Hello there, you're watching an exclusive episode with the cast of Gauthama Buddha Matha, a cinematic masterpiece that portrays the story of 𝗙𝗙𝗪𝗪 Gauthami. This is indeed a cinematic masterpiece directed by Professor 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 and also produced by 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 that has a stellar cast joining us all the way from India and also our very own Sri Lankan film stars. Joining me today are 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 who plays the role of Siddhartha. Ayubowan, namaste.
Namaste.
And also Himanshi John, a very good evening. And we also have Aditi Singh, who plays the role of Mahamaya. Welcome to the show. And also Phalguni Khanna, who plays the main role of Prajapati. A very good evening. Ayubowan. So, first of all, welcome to Sri Lanka.
Thank you.
I'll start with you. How does it feel to be in Sri Lanka and to be a part of such a big production?
I think it still feels like a dream, to be very honest. It's my first movie, first time I'm gonna see myself on the big screen, and it's always been a dream, ever since I was young. I've looked forward to this. So excited to be here in Sri Lanka. So excited for today, the big day. Today is when the movie is releasing. Fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes.
Aditi, if I ask you, how did you become a part of this movie and what was the experience like? I believe this is your first movie as well?
Yes, I think the first one which is coming out, and I'm really excited for it. And I remember I auditioned for this and I met Tushar in that audition, and a few days down the line we both were a part of the film and we got the script, we started preparing for it, and we came here, started shooting, and it was a beautiful experience. Such a beautiful country, and made so many good memories, met such amazing people.
We're going to have to talk about the memories a little later, but Phalguni, I'm going to move on to you now. You are portraying the main character of this movie of Prajapati Gauthami. This is quite a difficult task because you are portraying a story with so much value, especially culturally, and it's a historic tale that you are portraying that people see through you. How challenging was it?
I think before talking about it being challenging, I would say I'm really, really grateful and thankful to be playing such an important part. And as talking about the character, in terms of challenges, I think because the character Prajapati in the film, we start from her being a 16-year-old princess to a queen, to a mother. Then, it moves on to, raising Siddhartha, who's not, her own, but like her own, and then the journey of his enlightenment and her enlightenment. So for me to play the graph from a 16, and when I pass in the film, or in, when Prajapati passed, she was 120. So I played from 16 to 120. So, every day when I went on set, I would tell myself, today this is my age, today I'm a princess, so you act like a princess. I'm a queen, act like a queen. I'm a mother. And so, it was quite a graph, but I'm very, very happy because the team was very supporting. We had beautiful technicians supporting and guiding us throughout. So, more than challenges, I think I'm still grateful. This still feels surreal and overwhelming. So,
What was it like to, have those emotions build up in you? Because you said every day was a different age that you had to play.
Yeah.
It's a different set, it's a different scene, and you are portrayed through several stages of life. How did you, sort of build these emotions up before you go in to portray that personality?
So I think the major take was to feel like a mother. I'm not a mother. So I was like, how does it feel to have a child of your own? I had to be a mother without actually being a mother. So that was challenging, but also, as I said, the team was very helpful. So I would go to Sunil sir before every shot and I would tell him, this is my take on this. This is how I want to take this ahead. What do you say? And it was really, really satisfying and happy as an actor that he was very open to my suggestions and my view on how I wanted to take the scene and the character. So it's, I think, a collaboration of little bit of me, little bit of the director, the DOP, all of us here. So,
Of course. Himanshi, if I move on to you, you portray the role of Yashoda. And how was that experience like?
Firstly, I'm very grateful for doing this project, and Yashoda. Somewhere I feel like I connect a lot with the character, and so much more like Yashoda, like simple but holding a lot of love and devotion. For my husband also, and for the family, for the kid. So yeah.
Of course, if I speak to Tushar, this is your first movie as well. And you are coming from India all the way to Sri Lanka, and you are spending a couple of days here. It's a different set every day. You're going from part to different parts of the country. The weather is different, the people you encounter are different. You're working with a different technical team, not the ones you find in your own country. How was that entire experience? How was the hospitality of Sri Lanka? How was it like? Did you feel like you were at home when you were throughout this process of filming?
Okay, so to be very honest, it was difficult. It wasn't easy. We came with a different mindset, I think all of us, and initially it took us a while to adjust to the food, to the climate, to the people. We realized that not a lot of people are comfortable speaking in English as well, and Hindi, though very less people know. But it was really good to see how even if you don't know the language, everyone was so welcoming, so comforting. Felt like our own country, even if it wasn't. And even though we faced these challenges like adjusting to the food, adjusting to the people, to the working conditions, everyone was there for us. They made sure that we get whatever we want and we feel like at home. Because when you shoot a movie, it's a collaborative project. You need to be like a family, you need to work like a family, and it's a combined effort. So even though we had our differences, it all worked out, I think, to be very honest. And I would love to keep coming back to Sri Lanka, because now after spending first visit to Sri Lanka, spent 40 days in one go, and we were traveling from Anuradhapuram to the south, from north to south. Experienced all the weather conditions in 40 days, from extreme hot in 𝗙𝗢𝗪𝗪 to extreme cold in Aurelia. Visited the sacred city of Anuradhapuram as well. It was quite an experience.
Of course, now I'm sure it feels like home.
Yeah.
Falguni, I'd like to ask you, I feel like the main challenge for all of you is the language, because this movie, the dialogues are delivered in Sinhalese, and it's something you have to practice, that has to be done it's a part of the pre-production. What was that whole experience like for you to learn a different language, to be able to deliver those emotions in a different language? What was it like?
I think that was one of the biggest challenge we all faced, and they weren't simple dialogues, because it is a Matha film, so it had very big dialogues with a lot of emotions, and also it wasn't the regular Sinhalese that you speak, is what I gathered later. But we had translators, we had Upal sir, we had Vatsala, who's right here supporting us. So they really helped us. A few lines we learned, whatever we could, and then we had them prompting us, and we also had those boards, which really helped us. And I think that's how we could finish the film, because they were really big dialogues and very hectic schedules. So it was quite impossible to learn the dialogues, but since the start, because I was really panicking about learning the dialogues, so everybody made sure, and they kept telling me even from back India that you don't have to learn, just come, feel at home, feel at ease, and everything will work out. And so it did.
Of course it did. Aditya, I'd like to ask you, in this film, you see a mix of Indian artists and also some of our very own Sri Lankan film stars working as well. How was their support like throughout this filming process?
It was really good to meet them, and I think Sri Lanka has a lot of talent, and I got to know so much about your industry and how Sri Lanka as an industry in film and television is growing and making good content. And we have our husband was a Sri Lankan actor, and there were other actors on the set who were from Sri Lanka, and they were really good, and we could they were really helping us with the language, and we could just create a bond and create art together. And it was really nice, and all the best to all of them. They are doing great, and hope to see them soon in India as well.
Of course. Himanshi, if I'd ask you, how has the response been from your fans in India? What is it like? What's the buzz like in India?
Okay, so since this is a Matha project, and also I'm playing Yashoda, so it was quite a talk in town. A lot of my friends asked me, and also they loved my look. They loved my look and the costumes and the makeup, the entire look. Everybody loved it. My parents also, they are loving it. Friends also. And both the songs, if you have watched, I don't know. So both shot very nicely, and the close-ups and all, like the treatment is really great. So yeah, everybody is loving it. Yeah, so do I.
Falguni, I'd like to ask you now, in this movie, we have legends of Sri Lankan cinema working together. We have Professor Sunil Ariratna directing it, we have Sanadesha Priya on camera, we have Dr. Rohana Veerasinghe doing the music. It's the legends of Sri Lankan film industry. How is it to be a part of such a big production, and what was their support like? How did the director's support affect you in portraying this role and, you know, being the best of yourself in that set?
I think working with legends taught me how to be one. So we are aspiring to be like them. But as I said, the support was immense. Without their support, this wouldn't have been possible at all. And as an actor, when I went back home, everybody who asked me, so I told them it's very important for a director and a DOP both, you know, because majorly, you know, it's the DOP, director and the actor, you know, who are in the game. So it was very supporting and very accepting and collaborating that they let me do the scene how I also wanted, you know. Of course, if things weren't, you know, how they had imagined or, you know, thought of. But in most cases, I would go to sir and I would tell him, you know, this is how I want to do this scene. What do you think? And, you know, sometimes he really applauded me saying that, you know, you've done your homework. So, you know, we've all done our homework. We've all collaborated. And I think what makes a legend is, you know, because they've had their own journey, so they were also very welcoming to see, you know, the new challenge, the new mind, the new thought. So it worked very well according to us. Fingers crossed. You know, you all will see it very soon, and I hope you really like it because you know, it's our little baby. This is my first film releasing as well, so it's a very special day for us. And
Yeah, for all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed, it's going to be special. Tushar, I'd like to ask you now, you've been in this set for some time making this film. You must have had quite a lot of fun moments and memories. If you would like to share with our viewers one of the very special or unforgettable moments from this past few days that you've spent in Sri Lanka making this film.
Guys, should I spill the tea?
Of course you can, you have my permission.
So I'll be very honest. Okay, we spent a lot of time together, and I knew Aditi from before, but Himanshi and Fal I didn't. And spending so much time together, coming from the same not just country but the same town, same city. At you know, when you are in a foreign country, it does get to you at one point. You need your you know, your own
Emotional support.
Yeah.
Right? So I think we were the emotional support for each other at one
True,
point.
true that.
And then
Absolutely.
you know, speaking a foreign language wasn't easy. We were like, you know, school students preparing for our board exams
Yeah,
before
like
our shots.
homework,
We would like
one
sit with the
line.
script. We would mug up every dialogue. Especially like me and Aditi, we would just sit with each other. Aditi, do you remember your lines? Tell me your lines. So we were like, Shah, you tell me your lines.
And by the end of
came to a
it,
point-
still he remembered my lines.
Yeah.
It came to a point where Aditi
we all
would be
did.
in her room and she would be practicing her lines on top of her voice. Like she'll be shouting her lines, and you could walk in the hallway and listen to Aditi practicing. Like what is happening? I was in my room. I woke up like at 9 a.m. I'm worrying like, what? Is Aditi
still-
practicing her lines?
But still, she would be forgetting in the scene.
No. Hey, that's a different story. Huh? Himanshi, you don't go there. But yeah, if I talk about memories, you know, we were constantly shooting, and then would come a point where we would travel from point A to point B. That point A to point B would just feel like a road trip. Like one day of vacation in between where we're taking a road trip, where like taking a stop after every 1 hour beat to eat something, to use the washroom, or to just in between we were at a highway and we saw a random place and it had a pond and we just stopped there, and I saw the water was clean, so I took a plunge. And you know, you don't get to see this in India. So okay, the sad reality is that India is polluted. You don't find natural water bodies which is safe enough to take a plunge in.
Yeah.
Middle of the highway we stopped somewhere because some of us were using washroom too much.
See, now this is also too much.
This small kid, he was just playing over there, and he was like, there is this pond. So like, okay, let's go, let's see. He was saying there are fishes also. So I was fascinated. Let's go and see.
And the next minute, I see him in the water.
Next minute, they're like, where is Tushar? Tushar has taken his clothes off and taken a plunge in the water. So that was a good core memory. I still remember. That was a good day.
Of course, you must have had many other fun moments like that as
Which I
well.
can't disclose.
I actually had to choose a memory where, it's not, it doesn't get too personal. Because
it's not.
Lot of memories.
I think that's what it takes. It's a lot of teamwork that goes in because you're spending quite a lot of time with each other. Yes.
When you spend good enough time with new people, you always make good memories.
Indeed. Himanshi, I'd like to ask you now, usually when you start acting in a movie, it's a character sometimes that is made for you. It's always something that is brand new to the viewer. But in this movie, it's a character that is already known that you're also playing. So there is somewhat of an expectation of people that they would want to see on screen when you portray that particular role, because it's a story that they've heard before. It's a character that they've been known before. So how challenging was that? Because you have to deliver something that where people are already expecting of you.
Right. Yeah, it seems like a big challenge, but I'm grateful for the team because they've been very supporting. And since I came here, I got to know about the character and understood the character very well. But also somewhere, like I said, I connected with Yashoda deeply. Like naturally, it came to me naturally. I think the same thing, the love and devotion and the calmness she had, the character, I think I also have it somewhere inside me. So it was a little easy for me to do that, but still I was a little nervous also the first day because it is a very big character and Yashoda is...
And you have high expectations of you.
Very. And so but the entire experience was very overwhelming for me, and I'm grateful for the team because everybody in the team has been very supporting. So
Indeed. Phalguni, I'd like to ask you, how do you think this particular movie will have an impact on the Sri Lankan film industry?
I believe there are 2 or 3 theatres that have opened up specially for this film. So when I heard it yesterday on my way to, this place, I was, I just got thinking that before even the film has released, it has started benefiting people. So how beautiful is that, with the blessings of Buddha and, all our spiritual beliefs. I would want and I pray that, this film is a success to us, to everybody involved, and even Sri Lanka as a country, because this is a beautiful country. And I see, right now the situation isn't very great. And I hope, with the blessings of everyone, this country flourishes like before.
Aditi, I'd like to ask you now, since this is your first movie as well, what are your thoughts on collaborations like this movie where 2 countries get together and we produce such beautiful masterpieces?
It's great, it's amazing, and the biggest learning I had from this experience is learning more about Buddhism. And I learned so much and lived the characters, and this is like 2 countries coming together, mixed, collaborating with their cultures. And Buddhism started in India, then it came to Sri Lanka, and it's so big in Sri Lanka. And I know that people will definitely look forward for this film, as Buddhism is so much prominent here.
Of course, I'd like to ask you, are you feeling famous now that because you have been acting with some of the legends in Sri Lanka, a big production, Sirasa TV is the media sponsor, it's all big buzz, big showbiz here. Are you feeling famous? How does it feel? How is that feeling that it's releasing today and the people of Sri Lanka are going to see you on screens?
Not as of now, to be very honest. I think the movie has just released. I think it's going to be an after effect. Let's see how it goes, because when we were shooting, we were aware of the legends that we were working with, and we were aware of how the stakes are high and we have to put in a A game no matter what. And as Himanshi said that she was able to relate to the character. I wasn't. I am a completely different person.
You had to completely put yourself
as
into
you
a whole
see,
different set of shoes.
I'm a very energetic guy. I have this like a young energy, I would say, and Gautham Siddharth, Lord Buddha, has a completely opposite energy. He, from a prince, like if you just talk about being a prince in general, prince has a different kind of energy. They're very linear. They're very straight. They're very uptight. I'm not. So it took me some time to work on that, work on the characters, sit with it, get to know the story, and then how it's a very interesting arc for how Gautham Siddharth goes from being a prince to becoming the Buddha and achieving enlightenment. It's an interesting arc, and there was a lot to work with just that. So yeah, it was an interesting journey, and let's see how the movie does. As you said, working with the legends, not feeling like a celebrity right now, but hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's see.
Definitely. People are going to love this work of art. I believe all of you have a special surprise to our viewers because you all have been talking so much Sinhala these days. Oh, I know all of you all have practiced something in Sinhalese. Who's going to go first?
Can I see the dialogue that Aditi keeps practicing?
No, that's my dialogue. I'm going to say that.
So here's your chance to give a message to our audience in Sri Lanka as to what they can expect from this movie and how they will be able to see all of you on screen from today.
My Sinhalese is not that great. Can I speak in English instead?
You can do Singlish.
I think if I go with Singlish, it's not going to go anywhere.
It's okay, just take your shot. We'll see how it goes.
So I'll just stick to English. So first of all, go watch this movie in theaters and don't wait for it to come on your TV, because the experience you're going to get in theater is going to be banging. And second, we've put our blood and sweat into it. Please go watch it, and I hope you enjoy it, and sending lots and lots of love from India to all of you. Thank you.
Aditi?
First of all, just wanted to thank all of you for this experience, and just go watch the film. We have worked really hard. The entire team has worked really hard on it, and that's, as Falguni said, it's our little child, and we are looking forward for it. We are going to watch it for the first time tonight, and we are really, really excited, and I hope so you like it. And yes, have a nice show.
Falguni, here's your chance to tell our viewers what they can expect by watching this movie.
So I think this is a very educating film on the character of Prajapati. We all had heard a lot about Gautam Buddha, and I believe there have been films about Gautam Buddha, even in India, even here. But the role that Prajapati played, in Gautam Buddha's life was phenomenal. I think it was extraordinary what she put in, and what she sacrificed to, make Gautam Buddha, who he was. So I would want especially the kids to, go to the theaters and watch and educate themselves about, the journey of Gautam Buddha. And I hope they take away all the messages that we have in store. I don't want to give the spoilers, so you have to go watch the film. And we're all there. We're all very excited. So please show some love. This is our child. We've put our blood and sweat in the film. So yeah, fingers crossed. Please watch the film, and I hope you like it.
Of course. Lastly, Himanshi,
Yes.
you've also gotten the chance to work with such a big production crew. We have Professor Sunil Ariyaratne directing the movie, Tilanga Sumatipala producing it.
Yeah.
We have Chanadesh Apri on camera, and they're all veterans in the country.
Yes.
How is that whole experience? What is your message to the people out there?
Yeah, so the whole experience was very overwhelming for me, firstly. And the second thing is, one thing which I really liked, that I had a lot of liberty with my character. Whenever I wanted to do anything with my character, I had so much liberty to improvise on it, and they give me the liberty also. The team, gave me the liberty to play with it and everything. I used to go and ask, sir, can we do this and that, and he actually allowed me. And with the songs also, so the expressions are little little old school, a little traditional. So for me, it was initially it was like should I do it or not? Does it go? But still somehow I managed and did it, and thanks to the team, because they were there with me all the time. Thanks to 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪 especially, because I had so much emotional support, because the character is very emotional, Yashoda. And there was a time, like a lot of times when I had to cry in the scene, I didn't use glycerin. I had to cry, and it came to me naturally. So yeah, the entire experience is really great, and the team is great, and yeah, I'm very grateful to work with such great team. And also I made a lot of friends, like the Sri Lankan actors here, and they're still in connect with me. We still talk to each other. So yeah, it's great.
And what about us?
You
You actually used the word veteran to describe Sunil sir and Channa sir, but I think they were even more energetic than us. I don't know what.
Absolutely.
I don't know what to
yes,
talk
I have to say this.
I want to talk
Definitely doesn't
about.
act his
Oh
age.
my god. Yeah,
At
yeah,
one
yeah.
point, I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, I'm young. I'm not gonna give away my age.
Sunil sir,
But I'm
oh
young.
my
But like
god.
Sri sir on set from morning till night, he would just be on his toes, and
And then again the next morning.
Again, the next
doesn't
morning.
get tired.
he can,
Morning, he
he can
doesn't
literally do it for 24 hours straight. I mean, yeah.
he's like a nocturnal animal, doesn't sleep.
So all of you got to work with big names, big brands like Sumathi and Sirasa TV coming together to bring this out, take it to the
Absolutely.
people. So it's definitely going to be an amazing experience. What is lastly your message to the people out there who will be going to the theatres to watch this?
You all should go and watch, because it is actually a little baby. We literally made it with so much love, and yeah. So
Yeah, please go
yeah,
watch.
please go watch. Please go watch.
And a special thank you to the producers, because they were hands-on there for us 24/7. I mean, they know who they are and what they've done for us, because without them we really wouldn't have made it till
Yeah,
here,
really,
because
really.
from everything, like from food to travel to a comfort to
everything,
a little chill time, they were there. They were our rocks. So thank
And
you.
having such a good taste with actors.
Of course.
They really assembled the Avengers for this.
I believe it's been a great journey, and the people of Sri Lanka will be able to witness this from the 10th of December as the movie takes to the screen. You can watch this movie, Gauthama Buddha Matha, at 60 cinemas across Sri Lanka from today, the 10th of December. Thank you very much for joining us. There's a lot more to talk about. Unfortunately, this is all the time we have for you. We wish you guys all the very best with everything you hope to do in the future. And thank you very much for taking your time to be a part of us. Bahumastuti. Can we say that again to the
Yes.
camera?
Bahumastuti.
Sirasa TV, 𝗙𝗪𝗟𝗟𝗪𝗪 Stuti. I am really grateful for Sirasa TV to collaborate with our film. I believe this is the biggest media partner in Sri Lanka. So thank you for collaborating with us. We are really looking forward for the release today. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sirasa TV. It is amazing to have the largest media network on board. And thank you, Sumathi Pala Universe, to give us this opportunity. Looking forward to the movie release.
Sri Lanka Lassanai, please go and watch the film.
Sirasa TV Ekat Bahumastuti.
Yay!
I did it.
All right, thank you very much once again, 𝗙𝗪𝗟𝗟𝗪𝗪 Khanna and Aditi Singh, Tushar Chiba and Himanshi Jain for joining us. It was indeed a great conversation, and it was lovely to share all this experience with you throughout this movie, and we hope you have a great stay ahead in Sri Lanka as well, and you will go back to India and take this movie forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So a very big thank you to all our viewers who joined us today for this exclusive episode. We hope you will go to the theatres to be a part of this experience. You can watch this movie across 60 cinemas in Sri Lanka, 60 cinema theatres. So be a part of this experience. It's a movie for your entire family. And that's all we have for you today. Thank you very much for Sirasa TV.